Hello everyone, welcome back to the SEAEF Federation Championships. Winter and Seek and Strike on the call. Winter button up his shirt because he's got to represent Team Malaysia taking on Team Myanmar. Winter, what are you thinking? How are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts on the hometown favorites here, Team Malaysia?
I see Mars. I see Snapfire. I see fun.
Well, he's already getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and see what we have going in the draft as it's already cooking into the second phase. Snapfire Mars for Malaysia, for Team Myanmar, Monkey Lion. So looks like we're going to be using the power of the jungle for Team Myanmar. We have Monkey, we have Lion. What else do we have?
Tiger?
Is there PL band?
No, PL is the... They actually call PL Monkey in the Chinese cast.
What do they call Monkey then?
Sun Wukong. Monkey is called the... You know you know the name, the
Sun
story,
Wukong.
Yeah, Sun Wukong.
Yeah. Of course I know.
And it's funny, right? Then PL gets called the Monkey.
You ever go to Genting and see the Monkey King, the Sun Wukong over there, the temple?
Once.
Yeah, I want to go.
Together?
Yeah, we can. We'll see. Should be fun.
You get a date, I get a date.
That's the hard part. We'll see, though. Team Malaysia. So no monkey for them, because the monkey is banned. And instead, the Monkey King, taken by Team Myanmar. Snapfire Mars. I actually kind of like that a lot versus the Monkey King. And it was Monkey first pick overall, so immediately two decent picks against him.
Right. Yeah, that's very solid heroes. Snapfire Mars. Like heroes that are really good in the lane, or at least decent in the lane. Has very, very strong team fights. I mean, all these heroes they're just very useful opening the draft with. It's very dynamic. You can pair a lot of different things with those heroes. And you know, you see this first three heroes, Snapfire, Mars, and Dark Willow. That's a lot of team fight already. And you don't want to fall into the trap where you have too much team fight. You need to have at least decent lanes, good tower damage, because right now they don't really have much of tower damage.
Yeah, the lane is deceptively strong. I think sometimes a lot of people would want to pick a monkey into someone like a Mars who just needs to kind of absorb your shots. But Mars has counterplay with, of course, the spear and, of course, decent minus armor strat with a Snapfire for some more burst damage.
Mars is like, he can be a very strong lane, he can be a mediocre lane, he can be a weak lane. It depends on the lane matchup and his partner, the lane partner. Oh, Magnus is... This hero... everyone loves this hero at TI.
Yeah, Horn Toss. Spirit liked the hero a lot. Collapse is great on the hero. I've been saying that for about 6 months.
I mean, we used to say we pick Magnus for Empower, but at TI, no. We don't pick Magnus for Empower.
Pick well, that's secondary. You pick him mostly for Horn Toss.
RP is like, whatever. I don't even cast RP.
RP's third. RP you cast after Horn Toss for stun. That's basically it. Oh, and there's two really good partners with the Magnus.
That's a classic. Yep. Magnus Ember.
Mag Ember, Mag Monkey's not bad either, to be honest.
Mag Monkey is not a classic. Mag Ember is a classic.
That's true. That is true. Decent Ember Spirit game as well. Ability to be a little bit deceptive and elusive, making sure that Mars is not able to grab a hold of you. There's someone that'll hold them down a little bit more, though. Quaswax Invoker.
Yeah, Quaswax Invoker is pretty good against Magnus. You can burn his mana, you can stop his skewer initiations with Cold Snap, Tornado.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it'll be good as Exalt Invoker as well, because you have Mars.
5 seconds remaining.
But in general, Quaswax does a lot better against Ember as well. Ember and Magnus is two heroes.
Yeah, Ember, if he's already got the Remnant down, can be a bit of an issue, because all he needs to do is face the right direction, and with Phase Boots being the most common pickup, it's pretty easy for him to get out of a hard spot, so catching him with a Tornado EMP to burn the mana is very hopeful, but that's why you have the Willow. If you can set up the brambles underneath him for him to land into, and then maybe a Cookie Spear, Ember's going to be in for a very rough time, and there's no save for him as well for Team Myanmar.
Buy your own save, man.
Buy your own save. Buy Yules. We saw an Ember buy Yules earlier.
I mean, generally, you don't really want to get Yules nowadays.
Nope.
Only if you're behind.
Yeah, that Ember was having a bit of a rough game for sure. Did not
10
really go
seconds
in
remaining.
his favor. And we'll see here
5
how
seconds
Malaysia are
remaining.
looking around out this draft. Decent team fight, decent push, especially if Snapfire ends up going for the Scatterblast build instead.
I think they should get like a fighting, like a hero that doesn't need too much farm, the carry that can be active, so that the Quaspex Invoker can be greedy later into go into
Yeah.
Exort.
And he can transition.
Yeah,
Hmm.
with the Mars, I think that's Mars plus Sunstrike.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. So kind of thinking of what could be left, especially fighting into this kind of lineup.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Spectre used to be like a decent hero against
5
Magnus back then when
seconds
Magnus was
remaining.
about the RP, but not anymore. They banned out most of the carries already. Void, Brave King, Ursa. Ursa would have been fine.
Yeah, I was thinking Ursa as well. Weaver's even banned out. I was thinking maybe a
I mean,
pretty fast
I
carry
actually
Weaver.
feel like Night Stalker carry could work
Interesting.
in some games.
That's an interesting idea. I
Yeah,
kind of like the idea
when
of it.
you have Invoker as your mid lane, you can afford to go for like a half tempo, half farm hero, because the Invoker is gonna like make space for you initially, but later, as the game goes towards more like 20, 25 minutes, he's gonna look to farm, and that's when your other hero can come out and fight and help the team, like a Night Stalker. We don't see that as much anymore. We used to see a lot of carry Night Stalkers when before the nerf. I think before the I think it was the damage, either the damage nerf or his passive nerf. Back then, like
10
Night Stalker
seconds remaining.
was played a lot as a carry.
Yep, with the Axe build, and you would just void
5
everything on the
seconds
map at
remaining.
once.
With Kotter, right? Yeah, with
Yeah.
Kotter.
It's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb. Phantom
Dire team
Assassin and Jug being the last two bans. Team Myanmar, though, they are going to run the Monkey as a carry. And last pick the Shadow Demon. I'm not sure why Malaysia took to ban 2 cores. Interesting.
Maybe they felt like the Monkey is pos 4.
Could have been.
Yeah, support.
Yeah, could have been.
SD would give them a save. You were
10
saying that they
seconds
needed a
remaining.
save against the Arena, Snapfire. The disruption is great
5
for that.
seconds
And
remaining.
the Sunstrike.
Yeah.
So overall, I think it takes another box for them.
It does. It takes a big box, especially if this is an Exort Invoker with the Ags. You do not spawn Cataclysms if you're in Disruption, because you're not on the map.
Oh, really?
You can't be used for setup.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Same thing if you're in a Phoenix Supernova.
Alright, the fighting
You may
carry.
now
Yeah.
select
Ricky.
your heroes.
It's a bit scary for Malaysia for me. I don't see like a fallback mechanism for them. Not even just if they lose their lanes. I think even if Riki does okay, if all of a sudden they lose 1 or 2 fights, which to me seems very possible given that Team Myanmar have, I would say, pretty damn strong team fight.
Team Malaysia has I think their team fight is easier to set up, I would say. With the it's just straightforward, right? Arena, Snapfire ult, Dark Veil ult.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I see that.
Like for Myanmar to get a good fight, you probably have to wait for the dagger on Magnus, or at least a dagger on Lion. You need to get the right initiation. I mean, on the other hand, you do have a save from SD to slow play the fights and bait, so someone can bait.
Yep, Ember can split push lanes and delay the game. You have a Monkey and Magnus farming with Empower. That's kind of what I was getting at, though. They have some backup mechanisms
I
for
feel
Team
like
Myanmar.
I might prefer the Magnus to be played in a role where he's the front liner, the beefcake, instead of like a utility initiator. I think this game he needs to stand in front. Then you can abuse the Shadow Demon save on the Magnus. And when you're standing in front, you give vision, right? You give information, so the Ember and Lion can do their thing in the team fights. They have to try to, find the right openings and try to avoid those big team fights. Like if you let the Mars get his arena off, but you manage to take out the supports, they'll be low, and the Snapfire, there's going to be a lot less damage output in the arena.
Yes, there will. Let's see if they're going to be able to accomplish that as we get underway with game number 1 of our best of 2 series.
Prepare for battle.
There's the smoke. Seeing a lot more early smokes in this tournament as Team Malaysia will opt to do the same as they race on towards the mid lane, but Shadow Demon with boots and the smoke buff is going to be very easily able to beat them here.
I think it's going to be like a very routine thing moving forward, like getting the smoke at level 1, placing the ward, because of how the game has evolved into like the bounty runes, and sometimes you can get a first blood to skew a certain matchup, get a kill first blood on your mid hero. Like all these things change the face of the game a lot. And it's also good as a surprise tactic sometimes. Usually everyone just like, I'm gonna guard my bounty rune, you're gonna guard your bounty rune. That's the norm, right? In a deciding game, you could pull out something out of the hat and surprise your opponents, you know, and get an advantage early on.
Camp blocked as well by Team Malaysia with the Sentry blocking the Radiant easy mid
Do
camp.
we see this like almost every game, right? So many of the games
we've seen this in a couple of them. Not, I wouldn't say every single game. I would say maybe like 50% of them. It is starting to be a
Quite
lot more common though. Yeah, for sure. Not as original as it used to be, but still just as effective.
The battle begins.
Raiden taking the Dire runes, Dire getting the Raiden runes. That's what level 1 smoke does for you.
Yep, just nice trades all around.
So matchup wise, we're going to look at Ember against Invoker mid. Exort Invoker actually,
Exort,
was not a Quaswax Invoker.
Plenty of right click damage to get through the Flame Guard.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's thinking. Flame Guard.
I mean, I still like the Quaswax to neutralize the Ember, you know, because Exort Invoker, you're gonna, you know, by definition, it means that you're gonna be very greedy in the game. You know, you're not gonna be moving around a lot to help your team. You're just like a Sunstrike, and the Ember is gonna look to move, you know, when he gets runes. So it's gonna be important that you have to deny the runes with your Forge Spirit. 50-50.
50-50. I'm trying to look around. I guess Mars is going to be your best setup for something like a Sunstrike early on, but not without the point in the spear, of course. Taking God's Rebuke to ensure that he is able to get the first one. Curse Crown could very well do it. Yeah, Disruption. Of course, it's not going to work for Cataclysm, but it does work for a manual one. So yeah, they've got some decent setup here for the Invoker. Disruption, of course, if it's trying to save someone.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be used more in a defensive way, I imagine, this game.
Yeah, for sure. I think you can probably use it to set up if you want to like look for a quick kill, you know, line finger on top, but I think for the most part it's going to be used for laning, you know, maybe to set up for a skewer and then defensively after that.
Yeah, laning seems to be going a-okay for all 6 heroes, all 6 cores. Right now everyone's still getting
Dire's turret
a
has
decent
been
amount of farm. No one's really falling too far behind. Ember is 11 last hits right now to the Invoker, so I take that back.
Yeah,
He's actually winning the CS battle a lot.
he is.
Since you can't cancel the Flame Guard, right? Because you went. That's why I was surprised that he went for the Exort. And the Flame Guard is a lot stronger right now.
It is. Yeah, there's the deny on the one water rune, but Ember Spirit still very healthy. Otherwise, is going to still have
Wait,
himself a battle refill.
Dude, he denied that one so quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was ready on the Forge Spirit. Yeah, I caught it on the camera movement because yeah, it's important. So at least Ember's not going to have the double, you know, water rune available to him. He'll still have the bounty rune at 3 minutes. However, an Invoker not going for the bottle is not going to have that same level of sustain, especially because he didn't go for Quas Wex. Only 1 point in the Quas, so his HP regen. It's okay. It's okay. There's the +7 with the 3 orbs, but Exort, you know, you need that damage for the right clicks.
Yeah, but looking at the CS, that's not really working out so far for him. Yeah, I mean, it's 10 to 16. I would be expecting more, like at least a slight advantage for him. But like I said, the change towards the Flame Guard, you know, the level 1 Flame Guard is a lot better right now.
Yeah, if anything, I would just be expecting a little bit more denies. You know, utilizing that the base attack damage.
But eventually, I think the Invoker is gonna get more and more last hits.
Yeah.
When you have Forge Spirits.
It is starting to add up. Yeah, the Forge Spirits get stronger and stronger, especially, what is it, Quas level 4, you get that second Forge Spirit, so... You play a lot of Invoker?
Used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dota 1.
27 spells? Oh,
Well,
that's a... Ooh, actually, maybe it is a kill.
He plays a lot of
He
Invoker.
plays a lot of Invoker.
That was a really good kill. Very unexpected.
That was a really good kill. Yeah, and that's going to do a long... It's going to go a long way, pardon me, to equalize. Great Sunstrike into the Cold Snap. All his spells utilized effectively, even the Forge
Yeah,
Spirit
the lane
adding up.
was too easy for him. He let his guard down.
He did a little bit, all right.
Yeah.
Mars is going to drop. Monkey King's going to Primal Spring on over and pick up a secondary kill here into this off lane, or in his safe lane, pardon me, onto the Malaysian off lane.
Yep, the lanes are starting to get interesting right now. 4-minute runes. So SD gets the top one, Amber gets the bottom rune. Yeah, but things are gonna start to heat up As soon as they get a couple of levels on these heroes, the Sunstrike is gonna come into play for any of the top or bottom lanes. You can get a kill easily with the Sunstrike. Looking at the net worth right now, the lanes are going way better for the Radiant team. I actually felt like the lanes would be closer, you know. So Ricky is losing out slightly at top. Mars, I mean, he just died, so he's kind of behind against the monkey. But I think overall, the lanes are going really well for the Radiant team. Invoker is fat, but if you're going Exort Invoker, you don't really just want yourself to be fat, you know. If everyone else is poor, you're not going to be able to use your Sunstrike well, and there won't be space for you to farm.
Yeah, exactly. Exort Invoker he's a killing Invoker, but he doesn't really set himself up too easily.
You need your team to have at least a decent game so you can farm Ancients and cast some occasional Sunstrikes. That's the kind of game you want to play. I mean, sometimes I see some Invoker.
Oh, look at that. Riki underneath the tower now. Blink Strike, he's fine.
Yeah, sometimes I see some Exort Invokers, they still, you know, try to participate and try to push towers with the Forged Spirits, because in the meta right now, it's important to help your team, I feel. Like you can't expect everyone to just let you farm all the time and just wait for the Sunstrikes.
Yeah, it's just a bit too unrealistic for them. Well, they're going to look to set up for another kill onto the line, though. Sunstrike, yeah, that's plenty of damage. They're going to need a little bit more than that, however. At least the Monkey King held back is going to be speared through a second Bramble for some additional damage, and won't be a kill in favor of Team Myanmar, but that's a Sunstrike that was almost a kill.
Yeah, nice play, though. Still, good attempt. Yep. If they didn't die previously, that extra level on the Willow, I think they would probably have gotten that kill.
Yeah, that's a good point. A little bit too much HP on the Willow. Or not enough HP, not enough damage. Some more stats necessary.
Yep, 6-minute rune. This is the important rune. If Ember gets a haste rune, we know what you can do with a haste rune.
Yeah, Pudge is gonna come into the game and kill you. It's a gank bottom though, or a kill bottom, pardon me.
Something with Pudge, you know. I hear a Sunstrike.
Nice.
Ooh, was that a what?
Yep.
Is it blind Sunstrike?
It was a blind Sunstrike actually.
Alright.
Yeah, very impressive.
Invoker spammer right there.
Yeah, they're ganking in mid lane though, as they look to set up for the kill using the disruption. TPs are coming, and there's going to be the bonus regeneration up to 14.5 there with the 3 Quas orbs. Cookie just to stop the Ember Spirit from going any further, and it's going to have to be the support Snapfire sacrificing herself to keep the Invoker alive.
Yeah, that's your job. Invokers, they are richest hero right now.
They're going again. Oh, they're thinking about it. That's another TP. Going to be forced because they have to clear this wagon.
They want to keep the wagon alive. That's why they're rotating so many heroes. Yeah, it's a very good play by the Radiant team.
And there they go. Ember's going to jump right out back onto this Invoker. Brambles are actually going to find this Ember Spirit, however, up to level 7. Has a Remnant to play with. Not too much mana after this with the Flame Guard active and just enough mana for another Slight. He's got the kill. Not enough damage to punish the Shadow Demon on his way out, as Miestro will TP on over from the top lane. No level in the ultimate yet, though. Cookie is another stun onto this Ember Spirit. He's going to have enough mana for another Remnant out. Riki, though, giving chase and barely just manages to clip the Ember Spirit with that little tricks of the trade for a big kill onto the mid lane. So at least it's going to be a fairly even trade, and the tower defended.
Yeah, the tower did take a substantial amount of damage, but still, it's pretty important for them to hold the tower, even if they need to rotate their carry. This is the kind of moves, you know, I want to see when you're playing carry. You have to be active on the map. You have to help your team. You have to defend towers, fight, even though you just have a power threats. All these towers are so important right now because the games are going at a much faster rate than before. Every tower means so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's like insurance, you know, you're like ensuring that you have farm. If you don't defend the tower, you will get less farm eventually later on.
What's the thought process behind this Magnus going for mech first item straight away after...
Front line, he needs to be the front line.
There's the big stacks being farmed. Forge Spirit trying to steal whatever he can, but it's just going to be a little bit more gold in the end for the Ember Spirit as they find the Riki. Curse Crown is going to end up only stunning one. Riki gets a Blink Strike and a Cookie all the way out, leaving behind the Dark Willow.
Would you have preferred like a 4-star against the Riki? Or?
No,
I mean,
not on Mag.
I think the mech is fine this game, like early on.
Surprised Ember or Lion is going to go straight Blink. That's a little...
Yeah, the mech just needs to be the front line. I think the Lion and the Ember is going to be the initiators. Like the Greaves is nice against the Willow. You get that Dispel, the Cleanse later on if you want to go for it.
Yeah, these are big ancient stacks. That's a quad stack, I think. No one can farm that one quite yet as they jump onto the Snapfire, preventing the Cookie from coming out, using the Hex. There's going to be a great spear into the Sunstrike, though. Brambles to set up in case it was needed, ultimately unnecessary. They will trade at least 1 for 1, and I think this goes a long way for our Invoker, who's continuing to make pretty good progress towards that Hand of Midas.
Yeah, as long as the kills keep coming in with the Sunstrike, he's gonna be getting them in no time. But they have to try to open up the bot tower though. For now, the map is quite small for them.
Okay, pretty easy kill there, despite the fast fingers getting off the Shadow Realm. They take the damage. Rikimaru in a bit of trouble. Arena is dropped, but there's going to be no refuge for him here. Oh no, Sunstrike is going to blast away the Sucking Lion, as with the Jingu Mastery, Son Wukong picks up the kill onto the God of War. Monkey
Nice
over
one.
Mars.
Nice one. You know your Chinese history.
Oh, and I think I know that I know a dead hero when I see one, and that's going to be our Willow, or sorry, our Snapfire, because Haste Rune, free kill.
That is true. Not on the punch though.
Not on a pudge, but it would have been the same exact thing to happen, unfortunately, for the Willow. This is the second wagon, then onto the mid lane tower. Invoker's already top lane. There were heroes running down mid to try and defend it, but no TP for Riki, no TP from Mars, only Invoker to try and defend. There's the first Hand of Midas usage. He's going to at least force the Ember off of the tower.
And this Exotic Invoker is not going to have a lot of space to farm. Sunstrike?
There's a kill. It's the assist, not the kill. Tornado, though, first point in the Wex, and that's a Ghost Walk, but the Sentry's been placed down thanks to the earlier D ward, and that means Team Myanmar still able to pick up the kill onto the mid lane Invoker. Wagon was cleared in the meantime, but Ember is going to attempt to clean it up himself. Oh, well, actually assisted by some teammates. Magnus skewering the Willow away into the river. Kisses raining down. They're going to try and catch this Ember. Spear of Mars is good. Finds him in the river,
nice
and the
one.
Riki with the Blink Strike on over finds the kill. Monkey King, though, ready to fight as Monkey King turned into a wagon, only to be cookied by a wagon, but he's going in for more. Arena of Blood catches the Monkey King. Riki stunned up, but the Healing Salve kept him alive. Disruption to save him, but that's only... Oh, actually, they mistimed it looks like, with the Invoker. RP was not used. Now it is on to the God of War. Tier 1 tower still blasting away as they will skewer the Mars to the edge and kill him off. And finally, Monkey able to focus down the Tier 1 tower with the Echo Saber, will be able to claim its bounty.
Yeah, the save there making a difference. I think the Invoker just didn't... I think he casted his Sunstrike a little too early.
Yep. Just mistimed it. That's all it was. Maybe he thought it was, instead of a astral, maybe he thought it was an astral or something like that. Instead of disruption. Disruption 2.5 seconds every level astral, I think, needs a bit of time. You need the experience, and at 2.75.
Yeah, this Exotic Invoker is just not working out for them. So they're a little too greedy, and they obviously because they lost their lanes as well. So it's getting hard for them to create action on the map to set up for the Sunstrikes. You know, they barely damaged the tier 1 at bottom lane.
I think another issue I'm starting to see play out here, Winter, is that even if this Invoker were to go Quas Wex, right, which is kind of the more aggressive early game Invoker, I fail to see who he really plays around with, especially because Team Myanmar would still continue stacking Ancients, and look how much farm they've injected into their cores.
Yeah,
it's a 7k net worth lead.
Your team will have a better game if you're Coswex. You're going to be rotating. Like, the first rotation to the bot lane was done by the Riki, and it was kind of late too. Because he had to
How about the
defend.
Terrorize? There's an Arena into the Spear.
Sunstrike.
Plenty of damage. Sunstrike. They're going to throw the entire kitchen sink at Ember, and they will pick him up.
Ooh, he almost didn't get the kill there. He would have been mad because the Snapfire almost KS the kill.
300 gold in his pocket. That's still a Maelstrom finish for Ember regardless, though, as Rikimaru stunned up, fingered, hexed, and brought back in with the skewer. Killed off. It's a core kill for a core kill. So Team Myanmar still able to get some decent trades around the map.
Yeah, they just have to get their heroes bottom, open up the map. I think Riki was just expecting more heroes to be there with him. Willow's already still farming top, trying to get more levels. So they have to just get their heroes together. They're strong, you know. With the Willow ultimate, Mars Arena, and Snapfire, they can take any fight right now.
Here they go, looking for the kill into the Willow. Should be pretty easy, especially with the stun that missed, but that's fine because the Hex was there anyway.
way past the line.
And now, Ember Spirit continuing to push. There's going to be an Illusion Rune activated as he pushes further. Pushed back, though, by the Bulwark of Mars. By the Spear of Mars, I suppose. Little combo onto the Ember Spirit, but he eventually turns himself around, places the Remnant, he's good to go. Sunstrike, hopeful, not able to find anyone, and the mechanism heal from the Magnus was going to keep everyone alive there, regardless of if it hit or not.
Yeah, the map is just getting smaller and smaller for the Dire team, for Team Malaysia. They don't really have much to work on, apart from trying to take a fight when they have all their ultimates up.
And there's going to be a kill onto the Rikimaru. No Finger of Death needed. Just too fast to get those 4 auto attacks up, especially with the Echo Saber. Great gank from Fog of War.
Yeah, bot lane. Yeah, we see a smoke here. They have to make this work. This has to work for them.
There's an RP available.
There's Dagger.
Yeah, he does, and he's going to get the blink off. In the meantime, Ember Spirit does not have a Remnant back, but they're unable to erect the walls of the arena in time. He might kill the Courier. He's got a Remnant down. They're going to miss the Spear. From behind comes the Willow. Terrorize into the Bedlam now. He's actually trapped with the RP trying to save him. Sunstrike is going to miss thanks to the Sleight of Fist. He's going down, and that last kiss will put him down for good. 2 for 2 trade then, as with the Little Shredder, Snapfire is going to be able to pick up that kill onto the Magnus. Actually goes to the Invoker, but a 2 for 2 trade nonetheless.
Yeah, a little bit too over-aggressive there by Team Myanmar, but they're still going on here. Invoker's in trouble.
Yeah, he is. There's Dust for him now. Disruption used to make sure that there's going to be no opportunity to save him. Sets up for the kill simultaneously onto the Snapfire. Makes it a 4 for 2 trade then.
Yeah, and they managed to take over the triangles for now. That's where Invoker does most of his farming duties right now, the Exalt Invoker. Ricky just feels like he doesn't have anything to do in the game.
Oh, he's almost got this Diffusal up. They've scouted him.
Dust? Oh, no Dust.
No Dust on a Monkey King. Cores can't buy Dust, Winter.
Says
Don't be silly.
Says who?
They're physically incapable of doing it.
No, they don't have slots. They need to carry their Ironwood Branch.
Yeah, it's true. Mid lane, this is a bit risky, but not if you just Sleight of Fist dodge the Spear every single time. All right, very impressive play. And there's another haste rune here.
Yeah, the Ember has been starting over there since the early game.
Yeah, he certainly has. A couple missteps here and there, getting killed mid lane solo by the Invoker, of course, was, I think, much more of a better play by Invoker. Here's Riki. Ooh, didn't quite connect on the stun, but it's not going to matter. Finger of Death is going to find him anyway. Especially after he gets dusted. They're going to pull now the Mars out from underneath his tower. He's slowed to a crawl by the Demonic Purge. Will they chase any further? Probably yes, especially with the haste rune. Hasted up, but still caught by the spears. The Ember Spirit, the arena walls are erected, but they only catch a Monkey King. And he's able to jump just out, freeing himself immediately. I think they cut down his tree, though. But it's not going to make much of a difference here, Winter, as Team Myanmar take an 11k net worth lead, 15 kills up, just starting to really close the map here on Team Malaysia.
They've been showcasing pretty solid Dota so far. They have a good understanding about how to play the map, what they should be doing, what items they should be getting, what are their timings. Like everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing in the game so far.
Yep. Invoker is about to finish up this Ag Scepter for the Cataclysm. We'll see if this ends up making any of a difference. Rikimaru now has his Diffusal Blade.
He needs to get the SD though. If the SD is not in the arena, then he's just gonna save the other guy.
Yep, exactly. And the fight could go terribly from there, especially if he saves someone.
I mean, even if 2-person gets caught, he disrupts one and he 4-stars the other guy to dodge the Sunstrike.
Yep, I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah, it's a really, really good item choice this game to get the 4-star right away.
200 gold away from that Cataclysm. Mars is just too far behind here, plainly, though. He's nowhere near this Blink Dagger. 1,000 gold away. As Team Myanmar, they will smoke up, and they're looking to prevent this Invoker from getting anything.
This is what I was precisely saying previously. Like, Exalt Invoker, the thing is, like, you need your team to be rich to enable you, you know. If your teammates are not rich, it's hard to abuse this Sunstrike constantly. Or even Cataclysm in the team fights.
There it is. Ag's on the way. It is about to be completed, flying on over. It looks like they're going to have to lose another Tier 2 tower for this one. The outpost already claimed by Team Myanmar.
Probably the Roche as well.
Exactly, that's where I was leading to, Winter. They're going to go and look to do Roshan. No minus armor except for the Orb of Corrosion.
Don't think they need the Deso. That's
true.
more than enough.
Yeah, they've got enough damage with Empower.
I mean, so far what we have been seeing is the team that is constantly on the aggressor side pushing for objectives, defending towers, pressuring the map, taking over triangles. It's just much easier to play that side, that part of the role, you know, compared to the dodging role, running around, avoiding fights.
Dire's top tower is
And
under attack.
this Ember knows they're around here.
Yeah, where's his remnant? I don't know where it is. I thought it was in
Radiant's
Roche,
middle
but I don't see it
tower is
there.
under attack.
I think he has a remnant
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's got a remnant somewhere. I don't know where it is. He's just throwing out the slights. Oh, he got
they got
speared.
him. He's dead.
Oh, yep. There's Cataclysm, kisses, and everything for him. Down he will go.
Yep.
That also is going to scout Roche, and actually almost ends up killing the Magnus, but Roshan is slain. Sun Wukong claims the Aegis, and it's only going to be a tier 1 tower and the mid laner for Team Malaysia.
Playing with fire too much. He knew they were there. He was just trying to bait and dodge spells.
They all knew for sure, but at the very least, the first Cataclysm nets them a big kill. It's something.
Yeah. Any kill they get at this point is a bonus.
That's also going to go a long way for Mars. He's only 50 gold away now from his own Blink Dagger.
Oh, he got the kill? Did he
Yeah.
get the kill?
I think he did. No, Invoker got it. But still, I'm sure the assist gold and just being allowed to farm nearby, and that'll net him his Blink Dagger being flown his way now by the Courier. Ember respawns. A TP on mid lane, and really I see no reason for Team
Nice.
Myanmar to not continue being aggressive, though.
They're still moving on, and there we go, another haste.
Another haste turn. Another haste turn into the bottle of Ember Spirit, his third of the game.
Dire's middle tower
Tornado
is
to
under
save a bit of space here for clarity. They're not going to catch him there with the Shockwave, and Monkey King not fast enough. The dust will not scout anyone. Instead, who they find is the Willow, put down there by the Boundless Strike. 11th kill straight here for the Monkey King, by the way.
Radiant's
They
structures
fortify the
are
meatball. Making sure it can't do much.
Oh, collapse!
Yeah, no, not, well, oh, it was, yeah. He didn't even Horn Toss him, actually. He just Shockwaved him. Saving Horn Toss. Who needs Horn Toss? Tornado does stop Monkey King. He still gets the stun out, though, but they will force him into the base. Didn't quite connect onto the barracks, though. There's the Horn Toss we were looking for. Hexed up, stunned, and killed is going to be the Mars. 12th kill now for the Monkey King. 13th, pardon me, having a fantastic game. 13-0-5, involved with 18 of 28 kills. Oh no, Enrique rooted up. Just rooted forever as they're going to bring him back and absolutely tear him apart. 14 now, make it 19 of 29.
I mean, this is why you don't see as much Exalt Invoker. It's like way too slow.
Dire's middle barracks
Like he needed to help his team, you know. I feel like the game would have been very different. I don't think the lanes were lost that badly, but they just needed that extra +1 to rotate and play around. You were asking me who does the Quasrex Invoker play around with? He can play around with the Mars, I think, the Willow, the Snapfire.
Can they set up for this? Nope, no chance, especially if the Invoker's going to be caught out. It was a bait, but they didn't take him all the way down to the low ground. Shockwave onto 2. There's going to be a big old arena, but Invoker, he's stunned up, finally gets off the Cataclysm. It's chaos in the arena, but only the Lion is going to drop alongside the Mars and the Invoker. Everyone else still alive for Team Myanmar, and they're straight back onto sieging the Tier 3 tower. Just need to retrieve the creep wave.
You have to buy like BKB on your Riki.
Oh, there's a Force Staff? There is no Force Staff. It was already used, but they're going to skewer on in to save the Shadow Demon, and they're going to look to turn and find the kill onto the Riki Maru. Down he goes. He's going to buy back. Invoker, the only other one with buyback, with the Ember Spirit right now harassing the supports, keeping them from helping out the Riki Maru.
It's a very tough game for the Riki. I don't think you ever want to buy BKB on this hero like after Diffusal. You want to go in for more damage. There's so many other items that you really want to buy.
And he bought back for this as well. Not going to really get anything here.
Yeah, he's gonna be pretty much non-existent already. Like it's basically just their win condition is the Sunstrike with the Mars. If they don't get a good connection, or the SD saves the other hero, it's pretty much over in the team fights. That's their only damage.
Don't know when they last Sunstriked, so a little bit impossible to check, sadly.
They have to try to get a fear or some use on the SD. Someone has to disable the SD when the Mars and Invoker combo is going on. Yeah, maybe the Riki.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a very, very tall order for the Riki right now. He doesn't have a game, but I would say that he tried his best, you know, to help his team. He TP'd mid to defend the tier 1. He moved bot to try to get the tower. He wasn't like just trying to farm him. He was trying to actively help his team.
Exactly. Exactly. Unfortunately, I mean, it's a Riki without defusal. What is he to do?
Yeah,
And
it wasn't
he's-
his job.
he's
It was
pretty
the
limited.
Invoker's job.
Yep.
But he was exort.
He's Exort, so he's there for damage. 2 damage dealers, no one wants to control. Only the Willow and Snapfire and Mars without any mobility to set up for kills. Myanmar are going to head right back up to the Tier 3 tower. They don't have the Aegis anymore. In fact, it's would have been reclaimed in 12 seconds anyway, but they are going to go in regardless. Let's say, would they sign? Oh, smokescreen, duh, okay. Oh, hello, Magnus. That's going to be a kill onto him, unless Disruption will save him. Kisses are coming down, though, as they're going to look for the kill. He's going to manage to skewer himself out, and the Mars is the only one to drop in the meantime. Ember activates the BKB as he remnants very aggressively. Riki trying to fight him, though, dying in his own smoke screen. Tricks of the trade will pick up the kill. He's going to Blink Strike back to the Dark Willow. Boundless Strike just misses by a hair, and that is a big kill onto the Ember Spirit. Tier 3 tower stands. And somewhat of a defense here by Team Malaysia. They have to buy back, though, on the Willow. Kisses utilized for not much gained. Mag back to full HP, ready to go back in, ready to go for another collapse play on whoever he sees.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They don't have to rush, I think. They can just wait for the Ember if they want to. They have the whole map. There's no need to force things, and the enemy already used 2 buybacks.
Yeah, agreed. 2 buybacks.
Is it 1?
Willow is the only one who bought back. I
one,
mean,
right.
Riki bought back earlier, so I suppose that's true. And, well, now he's going to face the dieback penalty. Hexed and fingered so far from home. Nothing his team could really do about that, especially with 0 safe on the team. Mars, the one to set up here for the Cataclysm next to be in trouble. Lion going to blink Hex in immediately after him there, as they do manage to use up the Magnus. Curse Crown will force him off the high ground. And Malaysia, they get to reset for another go, but they're going to be missing the Riki Maru. It's all down to this Mars Invoker combo now.
Does he have Sunstrike right now?
He probably does. Tornado manages to catch 2. That's going to let Mars live because the Boundless Strike was mid-cast animation. Once again, Magnus forced back a little bit lower on the HP. They're going to jump on the Lion. Out comes the Cataclysm. It's only going to catch Lion, who buys back instantly to spite the Invoker. There's the kill onto the Mars within his own arena. Cookie to create a bit of space now for Invoker, but he's going to find himself RP dusted up, double dusted now, as there's all of the cleave in the world coming through from the Magnus. And he's just held down and killed off. I believe that's 18 kills. Make it 19 for the Monkey King, as Willow will buy back. Malaysia just throwing everything they have left here at Team Myanmar, but it's not going to be enough. As Kuga nearly dies to the
Dire's top
illusions.
barracks are under attack.
This one is, I believe, a bit too far gone. Riki's just respawned. Maybe they can look to snipe the Monkey King. He'd be worth about 2,000 gold right now, I think.
Top barracks has fallen.
That would be interesting to see Team
Dire's
Thailand go
top
up against
barracks has fallen.
Team YG. I think both of the teams are playing pretty interesting Dota right now. Very fast paced. Have they played each other yet? I don't think so, right?
They have. It was a 2-0 win. We watched them yesterday.
Oh yeah, they already met yesterday. Okay, I was drunk.
That was the game that went 51 minutes, remember?
Oh yeah, that crazy. Oh, yeah, I remember now.
With the
That's
Storm
a very
Spirit.
very long game.
Yep.
The budget black
The
hole.
the double budget black hole refresher.
Oh, that was the game.
See, it changed your mind on it, though, didn't it? It's viable. You know, to your point, right? Because that was the idea that YG had yesterday. They have their ideas in the draft and they execute on them. I think that's the coolest part to see about Dota at this, how do you say, at this skill level, right? Because it's not always going to be 100% the best skill level of Dota at this tier, but I think the teams come at Dota with a very creative perspective, and they're not afraid to execute on them. All right, that's what you were praising Team Cambodia for.
Timbersaw first pick.
Timbersaw first pick.
And the enemy ban it even though they are losing with it.
Yep.
Oh, this team must believe this Timbersaw. There must be some strat there. Just ban it.
After that,
How much do you believe in your captain, you know? It's a test.
I don't know. Actually, I did played some soccer football for a while, but I was the captain.
What do you do? What's your pep talk?
I was the goalie, so I just yelled at people when I got scored on. Didn't really. I mean, I played when I was much too young to really be a real captain, right?
Do you,
Yes,
take,
true.
do you take penalties?
Yeah, I did actually.
Wow.
As the goalie, it was fun. I know, because it's embarrassing. Because if you miss, nice stun there onto the Willow, that would have been embarrassing if he missed. But there's even the Finger of Death committed, 5th stack of the Finger charges. Just don't let Monkey get the 20th kill. Is really the name of the game. It seems like for Team Myanmar, because this one is all but in the bag with a 24k net worth lead, 30 minutes in. Yeah, no, but it's really embarrassing because if you, as the keeper in regulation, take a penalty kick and you miss, you have to run
back,
run
right?
all the way back.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So thankfully, that never happened to me.
Are you telling the truth?
I'm telling the truth. I only took like 3 kicks from the mark, but they all went in. Yeah. I was pretty good at stopping them, too. I just couldn't take goal kicks for my life. Not a very good kicker. Oh, okay. Monkey turned into a courier. I don't know if that actually helped them escape or not. Bottom wave is being cut right now by the Riki, but his team is going to need him momentarily. He is just about 1 wave away, Winter, from this BKB. I almost called you Amar. I don't know why I was thinking of Amar. ATF. There's the Hex onto the Invoker. Everyone to follow suit immediately. They're going to lock down the line, but it's Invoker in trouble. Already dead. No Cataclysm, no chance. As 3rd time's the charm there on that RP, dragging the poor Snapfire back to her death inside the Wukong's command. Rikimaru did jump back in here. BKB ready to go, but no Cataclysm for 50 seconds and likely no Mars. He's just bought back. There's going to be the Horn Toss skewering the Willow to her death a 2nd time. Miestro trying to find the backliners, but look, this Shadow Demon, he's itemized so perfectly here. Riki can't do a darn thing. He's going to smoke screen himself, but still go down. 5th to fall. 22nd kill, 22, 0, and 12 for the Monkey King, and a 1-0 lead for Team Myanmar.
Good old Dota, straightforward Dota, aggressive Dota. I think from the laning phase, they gained a slight advantage, but they made that small advantage into something, and they punished this greedy Exalt Invoker. And I felt like the laning phase was pretty much still okay for Team Malaysia, but right after that, when the rotations start to happen with the Ember Spirit especially, things actually just fell out of control for them. They couldn't really keep up the pace. The Riki was trying his best to help his team, but it was just way too hard at that point.
So do you think all things the same, maybe Invoker just simply making that playstyle change to Quas Wex, this game plays a little bit different?
Maybe it can work with a slight adjustments on how the whole team plays, or maybe even the last pick. Like I feel like ideally when you're going for this Exalt Invoker, you want to have like some safe lane Chaos Knight, like someone that can set up for the Sunstrike. Usually you see Chaos Knight or Wraith King. Usually. Those are the 2 heroes that
some kill potential. You play with the +1. Hellbear Smashers would always do like a Ember safe lane with a Mirana for like the arrow into the chains.
Sunstrike.
Yeah, into Sunstrike.
Yeah, that could work too.
Yeah.
But you need to play on the concept that the Exalt Invoker would be your piece of your puzzle, you know. Everything has to be around it. And Riki doesn't feel like he has a place here.
Nope, I didn't really feel like he had a place. BKB and Diffusal all picked up, but the support's so rich that he couldn't even get the solo picks onto them. Cataclysms didn't really come through except for the first one where the Blind Spear caught the Ember Spirit. And, well, from there, Team Myanmar put the pieces together and get a 1-0 win. We're going to be going to a short break. When we come back after about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll have game number 2 between Myanmar and Malaysia. We'll catch you then. Hello everyone and welcome back. Game 2 of our second series, our second best of 2 of day 3 of the group stage for the SEAEF Federation Championship 2021. 2 casters joining you, Winter and Seek and Strike over here for Group A. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Myanmar 1-0 over Team Malaysia.
Dire team pick.
Our first series was pretty one-sided. Winter, it looks like this one is looking to be pretty one-sided as well.
What can I say, man? What can I say? Team Myanmar is a little similar with Team Thailand, where this is actually their actual team. I don't know. I don't remember how many of them are in the
10
team. I
seconds
think probably all of them. So it's a bit unfair to
5
compare them with the rest of
remaining.
the country teams, because most of the teams, they are not actually a team. You know, they came up together just for this tournament. So you don't really get as much practice as compared to the teams that are already a team prior to this event.
Yeah, no, that's very true. We already have a draft already underway, so let's go ahead and, well, let's see where we can compare them, right? Which is going to be at least in draft composition, whereas Myanmar already going with Monkey Lion Io. Very similar opening to game one with this Monkey Lion opener, 1-2. Malaysia, this time they haven't focused on really trying to shut down the monkey in the lane. Winter. Last time it was Myanmar as well with first pick, right? When they first picked the Monkey King, they immediately, Malaysia, responded with the Mars Willow, right? I think it was. So it's an interesting adjustment to make for Malaysia.
I mean, the thing with monkeys, because he's flexible, it's a pretty solid, I would say, still good overall opening hero. No obvious
Dire team
counters. I mean, if you see really bad counters like Bat Rider or such, you just move him to a support position. It's not like a really big deal. That's why
And then
it's,
the enemies have to play with Bat Rider.
Yeah, then they have to play with Bat Rider, not knowing what lane you're going to go into, which is Bat's main problem. If you get a shitty lane, then your whole
10
game is over.
seconds remaining.
Ah, Bench. Did anything change
5
about this hero?
seconds remaining.
Bench. No, right?
Not since
I don't
the most
remember.
recent overhaul. I mean, her Ags might have gotten a bit of a nerf,
Radiant team
if anything.
Everything seems... Oh yeah, the axe. No, yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Because the Axe was a little bit silly before. But you know what the nerf was even? It was basically just giving her the health bar. And that helped a lot visually with the illusion. Because before it looked like any other old
Yeah,
illusion.
the thing with Bench is like, if you play her as a support, you need to give her farm,
5
you know.
seconds remaining.
She's pretty terrible if you...
She's
have-
greedy.
Yeah, you have no items.
Yeah, unless you just need a swap.
I prefer her to be
Dire
on
team
a like a core role.
Interesting. Like a 3?
Yeah, like a 3.
Do you think that's still possible here with this Team Malaysia lineup?
Yeah. If you have Pango as a plus
Radiant
4,
team
Grimstroke
back.
on a 5.
No, it seems kind of doable, I would say. Of course,
The lane's pretty decent.
the illusion, of course, is strong, so Lion does not instantly kill it with the Mana Void or the Hex. So you actually have to expend spells on the illusion to shut it down, which is
10
a big commitment.
seconds
If you farm off that Eggs, of course, which is another big commitment.
Yeah, but what else are
5
you gonna buy
seconds
anyway? If you're a core
remaining.
bench, I
Team
think maybe you go
Vlad's.
Vlad's
Yeah.
Helm. I don't know. I feel like in most cases, okay, you get a small item,
Radiant
and
team
Axe is the
back.
item you want to go for next most of the time.
Very true. Now you get one item to hold you over, maybe like a medallion, right? If you want to.
You know, I miss those days when the small item is drums, but now drums is gone.
Drums is not very good, no.
Dire team
No, I've not seen that item in forever. Lots of mid laner bans for Team Myanmar in this last phase, and even that Invoker ban making an appearance. So a respect ban out from Team Myanmar. As Malaysia about to 9th pick their mid laner. They don't know the matchup, so it'll be blind for them.
10
But they've banned out a
seconds
Puck, they've
remaining.
banned out an Ember Spirit, so it's 2 gap closers, and a Storm banned out as well. So
5
many gap
seconds
closers
remaining.
banned out. But we have a Lion and a Monkey King and a Mars, so something like a Lina doesn't really strike me as a good pick here for Malaysia, despite the bans.
It'd be nice if they can get something they can abuse the Grimstroke Soulbind. Because at the moment they don't really have much apart from the
Radiant
stun from the
team.
Mid
bench.
Mars. Nope. Something elusive.
Solid, just solid, because like you said, you don't have last pick, you're blind picking the hero, you kind of want something that's general all around and doesn't have a laning phase that's too weak, you know, and you can get bullied easily. Void Spirit is just okay, you know.
Choose your hero.
I thought we were going to see an SF, actually. One of the better counters to the Void Spirit. But no way, it'll be the
Tower
Lash instead.
damage, you know, they need tower damage.
True, good point.
Their draft is always all-rounded, takes a lot of boxes. You have stun, you have teamfight, you have tower damage, you have carry, you have right click, you have save. Instead of the SD, they have the IO this time.
That's a 3 Pangolier, so it is going to be the position for Vengeful Spirit.
There's still hope for the eggs if it's +4. There's still some hope. It works really well with the Pango in the lane, because the Wave of Terror reduces armor, so your Swashbuckler does a lot more damage.
Yep. Especially if you can get that lucky shot to proc, you got plenty of minus armor.
I don't know about that. Nowadays, I don't see much Pangos getting
Lucky shot, yeah, it's more about the
Q and
shield
W.
crash.
Yeah, shield crash and the Swashbuckler.
Yeah, shield crash is very good. It's a strong lane as well versus the Monkey King, which is going to be their carry here yet again, off lane Mars. Again, good gap close though, and good jumping potential, so it is going to be a pretty sacrificial game for the Vengeful Spirit, because Void Spirit will not have it easy.
That's why you need your axe.
Exactly.
They say sacrificial role, but it is not true anymore. You tell him, guys, I'm gonna die to save you. At least let me farm my axe.
Yep.
Pretty solid reason, you know.
It is a solid reason, I would say. Then you're always going to get guaranteed a swap. Then you would just report the Venge if.
I would always pick the supports that has good reasons to get farm. Then your team cannot stop you. You pick a Grimstroke. Guys, I need my axe, you know. I need to copy this Terrorblade, this Luna on the enemy team.
Oh yeah. Let me copy this. Wraith King was a big one. Remember that? That was ridiculous. When Wraith King was ridiculous, and they made so Grimstroke was even crazier. Good times in Dota 2.
I'll always remember how foolish you look.
Oh, we are in pretty good time now. Even like, what was the heroes being picked? Like, it's getting more and more, right? After each TI, there's always getting the hero pool is getting wider and wider.
Yep, I agree. Elder Titan's there for every TI, you know? Earthshaker.
Every TI?
Every Shaker never misses a TI. Earthshaker.
Shield crash.
Yeah, there it is. For the great stun. Onto 3. That'll nullify that ink swell.
Ravage. That was a Ravage.
Mini Ravage.
No, you have to say budget Ravage.
No.
Because you said budget Black Hole. No?
30
No, because Black
seconds
Hole's
to
around him. Logic. Destroyed. One last hit, though, for Monkey. What did he get? Oh, an Observer Ward. That's a pretty big win already. I think that money ended up probably going to one of the supports. Yeah, looks like his Wisp ended up with a little bit of extra money, or maybe the Lion did. So that's going to be nice
The
for him.
battle begins.
As we'll begin sparring over the runes yet again. Simple stun there onto the Venge. It should be a kill here. Split Earth leveled, and that'll be first blood. They're going to give it to the Lesh this
Well
time.
played. Well played this time. That was a pretty solid bait there. Lion was hiding behind the trees here. But it was still a bit, you could say it's very greedy for the bench to try to get that rune.
Yeah, especially all alone. Especially with just Magic Missile to...
This is like the worst case scenario, giving the enemy mid lane first blood.
That is not good, especially one that is going to immediately buy a bottle, and someone who's going to be able to pretty much get right through that Resonant Pulse Shield relatively quickly. Again, this Mars versus Ursa matchup. Mars now with the additional regeneration provided by the Wisp. Of course, having to take that shield, the Bulwark, level 1, God's Rebuke, pardon me. It does give him a lot more leeway. Courier is going to go down here for the Ursa. Did deliver the items, but it's going to be a little bit of extra gold. So first blood, an extra bounty, and now even the Courier bonus means that the bottle's already on the way here for Lesh, and we're still about 100 gold away for Void Spirit. Small things add up.
Yeah, you do what you can, you know, in this kind of situation. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for Void Spirit. You can always just secure some last hits with your nuke, so it should be fine for him to get the bottle fairly soon. The side lanes though, the Pango and the Venge are just bullying this Lion out of the lane right now.
Oh, and they're actually going to make a play now for the Pangolier. Magic Missile, though, is going to save the life of the Pango. One right-click away from death, perhaps, with that 40 bonus damage.
I mean, this is why I would have preferred the Pango as a support, because the Pango against the Monkey, it's not a very good lane matchup. If you have the Venge as the core, I think he would be able to get last hits a lot easier. You don't have to get bullied by the Monkey King so much.
Yeah. Swashbuckle basically is reduced to just an escape ability in this lane. No real aggressive potential top lane. Yestro did get speared almost underneath that tier 1 tower. Almost taking a dive there. 4 stacks, though, of the Fury swipes mean that the Mars is not too excited to fight either. So they just kind of go ahead and reset healing salve number 1 used by the Grimstroke. Healing salve number 2
Who's
already
counting?
delivered.
Look who's counting now.
Bottom now. It's a kill now onto the bench.
No
And
salve.
Pango does not have Swashbuckle. Lion is a bit far and a little low on mana. Had the stick charge though, so that could have been a kill if Pango misplayed that one.
This lane is going really badly for them. Very, very badly. Spunky King is going to just bully them out of the lane easily now. Oh, does he have the orb of Venom yet? Not yet. I think once he gets the orb of corrosion, this lane is over for them. They won't be able to get much from the lane. Mid lane is still a wash, kind of like gonna be 50-50 with the Lash. I mean 60-40. Lash has some advantage because of the first blood.
Yeah, almost landing that stun there. This bottom, we just see them continuously harassing
the
away.
Ursa's actually getting destroyed top. Wow, this is not
19-3,
expected.
yeah. Get Void Spirit mid as well. Solo kill. Looks like
Alright,
they were
so
just fighting
all
over
3
it.
lanes lost again.
Starting to look that way. 2 kills now onto the Leshrac.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Careful
attack.
here, Pangolier. He's got 2 mangoes though to
Dire's
Bonchan
middle
should he need them.
tower is under attack.
Mid's being siege, but it's only level 1 split earth, so not too much damage at this stage. But again, even some chip damage to the tier 1 tower done a whole minute before the wagon even comes to lane is a little scary here for the Team Malaysia side. And they're just Malaysia's unable to find an opening really anywhere. In fact, there's another death down bottom. Vengeful Spirit able to find, well, really the Monkey King finding the Vengeful Spirit, and they're looking to try and set up now into the Pangolier. He's got the mangoes and 4 stick charges, so the Swashbuckle out is trivial for him. But he once again is being forced away from the creep wave. 24-7 to the 12-1.
There's no lane at all. It is not a lane. This is just hell for him. This bottom lane here. I mean, there's literally nothing you can do in this kind of matchup. You can't pull. You can't last hit. You're just waiting for hopefully the tower, the creeps go into the tower and you get some last hits.
Yep, even Wisp is unable to be caught here, no matter how hard this Venge and Ursa try.
Dire's tower is under attack.
Mars then doing a bit of damage. Here's Grimstroke though,
Radiant
returning.
structures are
They're
fortified.
actually rotating. Nothing to be
Dire's
done
middle
here
tower is
though.
under
There's
attack.
another God's Rebuke in 2 seconds. They might have a kill here, Winter. 10 stick charges is going to be easily enough for the Spear of Mars, which also skewers back the Grimstroke, hoping to stop them there with that Stroke of Fate. Instead, he is only going to collect the life of the Mars on his way back.
His game is going south really quickly for them. Catapult wave is here.
Bottom lane.
Top tower is gonna go down.
Yeah, they have a kill bottom as well. Oh, Swashbuckle came through in
Dire's
time.
structures are fortified.
Looks like they tried to get the 4th hit before. Oh my goodness, Monkey almost going underneath that tier 2 tower. Mid lane as well, they at least do manage to dispatch of the wagon. So that's a job well done there by the Void Spirits. But Ursa now forced to defend his own tier 1 tower.
This is looking pretty bleak for them again. Every game, same kind of like laning phase is happening. They lose all 3 lanes. Mid lane, it's like, I mean, you have to give him some leeway this time because the Lash started out with first blood, but still, you know, that solo kill there was pretty bad.
Yep, not a whole lot really. Malaysia, they've got some team fight, double magic missile here.
I mean, arguably Radiant has much better team fight.
I don't think it's really arguable there, but I just think the pick-off from Malaysia, it still exists, right? With a Venge into a swap, into the Void
Inkswell
Spirit.
on the Ursa or the Void Spirit, that's pretty good.
Yep. That's it's a decent setup here, but of course the Wisp with the save is always going to be potentially here, and plenty of long-range stuns. Pardon me, Lion included there, as they might have tried there for Grimstroke, so forcing out the Phantom. Phantom level 2 now, no points in Stroke of Fate. So the wave clear is a little bit lacking right now for Team Malaysia, actually. it's really just up to the Void Spirit as he's going to find himself stunned in the mid lane. Regeneration is going to be cancelled halfway through, but he still gets his 3 bottle sips, so at least it's a small win there. They deny the regen rune from the Lesh as Ursa running with the move speed buff will make it out, and only the courier for the Grimstroke is to fall. But they've already left this Monkey King all alone down bottom, Winter. Lion's already rotating.
He doesn't need any help.
No, exactly.
This lane is just over. Part of the reason why the top lane has gone so bad is because of the stroke of fate. They need to secure some of the last hits with the Grimstroke. But if you go for this kind of build and you're not getting kills in the lane, it's gonna be really hard for your core to farm if he's getting just out CS.
Yep, exactly. And there's no wave clear to get creeps off the tower, so he can't even go and go into the jungle and look for some free CS there. He's got to be ready.
I mean, this build is only good if you're actually dominating the lane and destroying them.
That's not been happening.
Yeah.
203 build on the Wisp. Oh no, they're just going to kill the Ursa. Overcharge. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Here's the Void Spirit looking at least for some vengeance, but they have not connected on the stroke of, the Inkswell stun. 6 unanswered kills from Myanmar. This is one too many for Team Malaysia as they will finally strike first onto the Wisp. The Rolling Thunder is good enough to potentially save the life here of the Void Spirit, especially as they force back once again the Mars, but Rolling Thunder doesn't quite last long enough, so Mirdi still gets hit by the walls of the arena. Nice juke there at the very least onto the Spear of Mars, but now the Monkey King joining the fight, picks up the kill onto the Pango. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, a good rotation, a well-timed rotation, pardon me, from the Monkey King, who wants to at least take down this tower early anyway. Ooh, Spear's going to miss as they force out the Astral Steps. Down goes this Tier 1 top tower in favor of Myanmar. Still 2 minutes until the wagon spawns. Plenty of time to set up for the siege mid lane when the wagon comes.
I think they can probably just go there. They don't even need the wagon because they're so far ahead. With just the Diabolic Edict, they should be able to get this tower. Just bring the numbers here. They just need to send the team here, get the tower. I don't think they can do much about it.
Nope.
Team Malaysia.
Bench in trouble. Hex from behind into the stun, into the Earth Spike, and killed off by the Pulse Nova. Nothing Pango could do. But fortify for the first Diabolic Edict. The D-Ward out from the Grimstroke. He is going to be in a bit of trouble as he does manage to at least silence up the Lash. Inkswell stun is going to find him, but Pulse Nova activated means he's going to have to run. The rest of the team focusing down the tower. Pango trying to pull creeps away from it. And I suspect you are correct.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As down goes the tower.
Has fallen.
Only 3 points in the Edict, and already the Tier 1 is dropped. Ursa just collecting farm down bottom, even pulling his own waves. Doesn't even have himself the Morbid Mask yet.
You know how sad when you're Ursa and you have to pull?
Yeah. Just, he can't sustain, that's why. Starting to get a little bit bad now as Mars walking on in, eats in a magic missile. He's going to be silenced before the spear could come out, but they eventually get the damage onto the bench. Quick little lightning strike, and down she will go. Mars is traded away though, Clarity and Mirdi now on the run as they'll trade 2 supports for the life of the offlaner. Myanmar giving chase. There's a Hex in the mid lane. That's going to be for the Pango. He's got a swashbuckle up to the high ground he goes. They're maybe going to force out another Fortify, I think. The wagon's on the way. They've nuked the wave.
It's just like the same game like last game. The carry can't really do much. He's off alone, trying to farm, and everyone else is getting ran over.
I think this is 25 straight kills, by the way, for our man KSH on Monkey King. Did not die a single time last game, I believe. Maybe he died at the very end. Ruined the stats.
That doesn't count.
I would agree. Hex. We have another Astral Step and Dissemblate ready to go, though, so the Split Earth will miss. Looks like they're interested in giving chase. Earth Spike is ready. Lightning Strike, Lightning Storm, pardon me, to slow the Void Spirit as they look to maybe turn as they jump up to the high ground with the Tumbler Story. Lesh in a lot of trouble here, will actually be dropped as the Wisp's healing was not going to be enough, mostly because he was also stunned up. Hexed, but still running. Actually, sorry, that's his pig pole as he tries to run away. He's going to have another tether in 5 seconds. His teammate looking to close the gap, but unfortunately, Pangolier is going to easily catch up. Wisp without the boots, doesn't even have any feet to put the boots on, but was not going to be able to outrun his pursuers.
Yeah, they tried too hard to run up the high ground, never a good idea, but they thought they were far ahead enough bot lane. Ursa trying to just farm but getting caught out by the Lion plus the Mars duel.
The smoke is coming, but everyone from Myanmar is about to respawn. Lesh is alive. They're going to send in Clarity first for the Inkswell stun, and it will find him, but he eats the spear simultaneously. Lesh wants no business to do bottom, though. He TP's mid lane instead, and with his Yules, he is going to miss the stun onto Pangolier. I think Pango... No, he just missed the stun, unfortunately. Just mistimed it. So Mars?
All the cores of Radiant are just farming, like look at the map, they're just taking everything.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
once
under
Just
attack.
defending the bot tier 1 alone. They relocate, so they have a potential +2 incoming if they dive the Mars down here.
Yeah, and especially with the Arena of Blood ready to go.
They're just playing perfectly right now. They're just abusing the relocate, having the luxury to farm the whole map, just gain
Dire's
as much
top tower
resources as they
is under
can,
attack.
and the Mars is just here like holding the tower.
Yep, he can just kind of do this as much as he wants,
Dire's
as
middle tower
Clarity
is
at
under
least
attack.
finds his Ancient stack relatively unbothered, but no one in a position to farm it. They're going to relocate back. Perfect spear there, catching the Ursa. He gets a little bit of damage resist, but he's still stunned. Can't even get the ultimate off. Venge is going to be next to drop very quickly. Is going to be following the Grim Stroke. Already bouncing around a little bit in the fights, but can do nothing as his team has crumbled around him, but roll into the river. Young PH giving chase. The spear almost pins him to the tree, swashbuckling back up to the high ground. But Myanmar, they are still giving chase. Still giving chase. There's another blink in 3 more seconds. Monkey King is going to be joining the fun as well. Split Earth, this time it's going to hit. And there's the 4th to fall. Even Clarity is being bothered here by the Mars, trying to predict there on the Dissemblate. He actually might be in a bit of trouble. Magic Missile, he exposes his rear now to the Void Spear, but a great line and stun is going to keep him locked down. Ursa jumping in, only has Morbid Mass, trying to fight through this one, has lost the Vengeful Spirit now for the 2nd time, and can do really nothing about this fight. Yeah, Myanmar, they're playing it so cleanly.
Yeah, they don't have enough damage to kill heroes right now, Team Malaysia. Just too far behind. They have to land like a perfect rolling thunder. Even then, because the Soulbind doesn't really have a lot of good combination. It's more like more about the Inkswell. But none of his heroes can actually go in because they're so far behind. Like the best they can hope for is like a Soulbind to double stun from the bench, and your Pango can follow up. Maybe they'll have enough damage to kill one hero, but they have to catch the IO. If they don't catch the IO, they're not killing anyone.
Yep. And they just haven't been farming either in the meantime. In case the 10k net worth lead is not apparent, Team Malaysia just picked up their 5th Tier 1 neutral item, 14 minutes in, we'll call it. So taking them a full 7 minutes to collect all of the neutrals.
Thank you.
Is
I surely
not
consider
going to be the good, not such a good sign. Good ward at least means that they don't walk into this incoming enemy movement. And in fact, now with the vision advantage, they feel confident enough to maybe even look for their own fight.
Bot lane.
Yep, there's the relocate. It's for Ursa. Fuzzy Wuzzy gets off the Enrage, but I don't think he's really going to be going anywhere. The Enrage ends, and he's quickly picked off. But now Malaysia, with blood in the water, having sensed the relocate out, or having seen it firsthand, will pick off the line. A nice blink there. A nice swashbuckle, I think that was actually. Finds the Monkey King a 2nd time, but now everyone's returned from the fray. Yule sceptered up. There's going to be now a Soulbind, but absolutely no follow-up. In fact, they're just going to keep running on in. And with the Magic Missile now onto the Lesh, a big heal courtesy of the Wisp keeps him alive. Venge with the swap trying to keep in this fight a little bit longer. But already 3 heroes dead. Ursa TPing back bottom can do nothing about the life of the Vengeful Spirit, which is now quickly picked off. And it's another 1-for-4 trade here in favor of Myanmar. And in fact, they're going to go again for the Ursa. Everyone's just TP'd to that bottom. He just TP'd Winter. Another kill.
He died in this lane, in this spot, I think 3 to 4 times already.
Yes.
But if you add the previous game, it's like 5 to 6, 7 times.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This always happens to him. I mean,
Just-
you have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah, just with a Morbid Mask, his jungle's not safe. Triangle is not really the place he would like to be. Lane creeps is what he'd like to farm, but TPR scrolls aplenty here for him, for Myanmar, and They're going to pick up another kill here on the Lion, just like last game. They have themselves a tier 2, an outpost taken, and they're going to start sweeping the map looking for kills, starting with this Pangolier. There's going to be the 4th strike. Swashbuckle is not ready, and down goes the Pango.
And here comes the Ursa. I need a lane.
He needs, I mean, he just doesn't have a game right now.
Dire's bottom tower
Very difficult. Only the 1 Blade of Alacrity completed, as they might try for this Mars. There's a relocate at the ready, but I think they're just going to end up throwing Mars to the Wolves. It gets off the arena. That's going to trigger the relocate. TP also coming from the line because this is a Radiant outpost now. Ursa still alive. Does not have in range, though, and will be dropped, as there's the Lesh having been relocated in by the Wisp. Looking for the 2nd kill. Will find it. They get the Grimstroke, and it's, again, a 1-for-3 trade. Myanmar just constantly ending up with these trades and usually getting kills onto the line. And there's the relocate back. Clarity. Oh, no. He doesn't have any mana, no life, and just 3 kills on 2 very different parts of the map here for the Lesh. They're just playing so well around this relocate, Winter.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
Pango
under
even
attack.
has to use his ulti to run away. That's just how bad at 17 minutes, you know.
Tier 2 is taken down. Ursa continuing to just farm wherever he can, trying to get this
At
defusal
this
up.
point, even a perfect team fight with the roll, Soulbind into double stun, I don't even
Dire's
know if
middle
how
tower
damage
is
it
under
kills.
attack.
Yule Scepter. They saw the Ursa. They're going to go first for the Pangos. There's the double magic missile. They're going to try Winter. And just like you predicted, not nearly enough damage as the Holy Locket gets popped. Everyone's nice and healthy. And, well, that was one of the ultimates. They also killed Ursa?
Ursa bought back.
No, but I think they... Oh, yeah, Ursa did go back. That's right. Well, if he wasn't far away from his diffusal blade, he certainly will be now hexed. At least they missed the Spear of Mars on this time around. Mir D, though, in a lot of trouble. Finger of Death will pick him clean. Dead for 30. And,
Dire's bottom tower is
yeah,
under
this
attack.
one is starting to get pretty ugly. 28-7. Team Myanmar already beginning to push this last tower. I mean, they're just farming everywhere. Relocates back up, so Wisp and Io, sorry, Wisp and Lesh just, you know, off farming everywhere else on the map, constantly shoving in lanes, just closing the space that Malaysia have, you know, time and space to farm in. There's pings come in. Mars quite tanky. Is he tanky enough to live here? He gets off the arena yet again. That's 2 heroes trapped in the arena. Make it now only 1. Make it now only the Venge. But there's the Leshrac immediately onto the back lines where the Ursa is. Wisp, having relocated him, needs a couple more seconds. He's taking a lot of damage, but will at least be able to reload back out. Only the Vengeful Spirit dropped this time. Finally, an acceptable trade for Malaysia.
The bench actually, he's not getting her eggs. He went and he ate the lens. So even if he tries to save someone now, he dies, then he can't really do much.
Nope.
Dire's top tower
Just
is under
extending the
attack.
range of that save a little bit more. That's how desperate Malaysia are to at least stick in this game a little bit longer. That is a Pangolier that they're currently stalking. TP coming in. They can fortify to make sure the creep stays alive. No Finger of Death, but unnecessary as, well, Young PH brings the damage. And that's another kill. Forgot there's a Monkey King in the game. Not really. He's still been pretty active. 7-0-7.
Forgot they haven't done Roche.
First Roche done. Now with the Desolator, it's not going to take them too much longer. I mean, very clean by Myanmar. They even scanned just to make sure that Team Malaysia is not trying to pull a sneaky play on them. Wouldn't have much of a chance with the Pango dead, but hey, it's clean Dota. 20 minutes in, 19k up. 12, sorry, make that 22 kills, and now Aegis #1 on the Monkey King. Flawless through 2 games here currently. Wisp even with a Soul Ring just to be able to provide enough mana here for the Lesh as he runs around. That is a lot of mana regeneration for him. Void Spirit is the target here, and they hit him with the Yules. Will they time this perfectly? Yes, they will. He did get the enemy Yules off, but it doesn't really matter much for Young PH because he still gets all of his damage in. Now continuing to be aggressive here as the Spirits will scout out the Void Spirit. They picked off the Ursa in the meantime. Clarity just creating as much space as possible. Check out that cheeky relocate as they're desperately trying to find this kill. Clarity, he may have evaded them this time around. Maybe not, Winter. They're just too fast. Unbelievable. I didn't even see how Ursa died. Probably just a spear. No, just hexed. Hexed and fingered. This line has 3 stacks only.
Very sad gameplay. Very, very sad. In fact, both games are sad for the character.
Yep, very true. He's got himself now the Diffusal Blade, but, well, if Lion's able to pick him off, then it's not really doing a whole lot for him here. T-Dirun just spawned in the river. Myanmar continuing to push all 3 lanes in. There's still a tier 3 down bottom, but with 2 cores dead, they're going to look to open up the first lane of barracks here.
Dire's middle tower.
And tier 3 tower under siege. Oh, they fortified before the edict was used. Not like it makes that big of a difference. But in he goes. No full efficiency on this edict. Tier 3 tower taken down. The Remnant catches the monkey, but they've caught the Pango. The swap keeps him alive for now, allows him to get off the mech as the Boundless Strike is just off the mark. They've pinned the Void Spirit to the barracks, the top barracks, but no immediate follow-up, and now they've got the line between a rock and a Pango. So he is dead. He's going to buy it back. Arena of Blood is out into the Wukong's command as well. A great spear catches the Ursa. He's able to jump out of the pit, though, with his little front flip. At least he's safe for now, as Clarity did distract the Lash and the Wisp combo. The buyback now from Team Malaysia, as they're going to throw everything they have left in this fight. Ursa does not have buyback. It's still going to be on cooldown for another 3 minutes, as the barracks will end up going down. Wisp Spirits exploding here onto, my goodness, they hit him with just about every single stun there. Void Spirit is immediately killed off. Oh, and they just barely catch the Pangolier. Did you see that? They use the slow to be able to hit him. They finger the Ursa. He is going to go down. Monkey King is still alive as the Wisp, is able to out-heal any of the damage. Lesh is already fountain diving, has an E-Blade, so they're nowhere is safe right now for the Void Spirit, as he is going to be the 5th and final member to fall of this fight. GG is called. Myanmar, another impressive game from them. 39-9 is going to make it a 2-0 win for them over Team Malaysia.
Yeah, another very lopsided game. Just down from the lanes, you know, losing all the lanes. Just all 3 lanes going down again, once again, like just outclass. Like lane mechanics, you know, you have to understand how important it is to secure the range creep with your hero. If you have, if your core has trouble getting the last hit, it's a lot of communication and experience. And certain lanes you can get away with this kind of build if you have a good start or you have a good matchup. But in this kind of lane with the Grim and the Ursa, I think not having the nuke and not securing the first, because it's always about the first 1, 2, 3 range creeps. If you are able to deny that, it's a big disadvantage, you know, for the opposing team, and if you can't secure it, it's big problems.
Yeah, no, exactly. And big problems were abound there for Team Malaysia, as they will take the 2-0 defeat. Not to worry, though. We'll get to see Team Malaysia a little bit later. Well, that's the last of Team Myanmar's. They played twice on the first day, once yesterday and once today. So their standing is now going to be 2-1-1. With a 5-0 overall record. I don't think that's going to be good enough to get them out of the group, though, because Team Thailand, having gone 6-0, already flawless, and Singapore, I believe, are going to have the head-to-head over them, right? They actually drew, so Singapore would need to lose this next match 2-0 versus Team Thailand. In order for Team Myanmar to have a chance for tiebreakers to move on through. Malaysia, as well as now Cambodia, are officially out. Malaysia has yet to find a win here as they drop to 0-6 alongside Team Cambodia. So Group A being a little bit more of a one-sided group. But that is going to do it for our second match here, Winter. We have 2 more matches actually coming up immediately after this. Singapore and Thailand, following that Cambodia and Malaysia. So these 2 teams will at least be able to find one victory mathematically by the end of the day. We'll see who it's going to be. But next up, Singapore versus Thailand. You're watching the SEAEF Esports Federation Championship 2021 with Seek and Strike and Winter. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes for our next series. We'll catch you then.